Hi there. Welcome back to Quizzo. I missed you guys last week, but we're here now for lucky number 13. How about it? Welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm glad you're here. If you're here for the first time, there's no time like the present, although you're like 3 months late, so step your shit up a little bit. As usual, your prizes tonight. First place is 50-50 in the Venmo pool, which is pulling it up right now. It's still going to continue to climb, but you as the first place team, you're getting half of this pot, which is, it's stalling out. Uh-oh. You're getting half of the Venmo pot, which is, I got to do some math because Venmo's weird like that, $35 so far. Hopefully that'll keep climbing. So you in first place, you're going to get half of that. The other half is going to Black Lives Matter Philly. Very important cause here, I think, this week. Yeah, sorry about my appearance. I'm trying something new, and it didn't work, so now I'm like extra fluffy. But barbershops are opening up in like 2 weeks, so maybe the next time you see me, I'll look normal. I'll look like this again. Philly's hat and everything. Anyway, second place is the gift card medley, but can't really call it a medley if there's only 2 of them. Getting 2 gift cards this week. One to Uncle Bobby's Cafe up in Germantown, and one to Main Street Music. Those are both worth $10, I believe. So hey, nice little prize there for second place. Miss Producer, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Cool. I think we are good to jump in. As usual, round 1 tonight is on current events. And I promise I tried not to get too deep into the big, scary stuff. We'll figure it out together. But first, beer break. This is a Sakima Citra from Wissahickon in a glass from Guinness. You can't really see it. It's fogged up. But it does say my name on it right there. You can see it there in my little finger spots. This is my name on it. You got that at Billy Murphy's, although I don't know if I'm going to do that this year. We'll figure it out. Anyway, round 1, current events. Question 1, leading off with some sports. Just days after saying he was confident his sport would play this year, which Big Four sports commissioner later did a 180 and said he wasn't confident that his sport would play this season? Yay. Just days after saying he was confident his sport would play this year, which Big Four sports commissioner later did a 180 and said he wasn't confident that his sport would play this season. Question 1. Beer break. I think it's going to be a small crowd tonight because it's so nice outside.
Yeah.
But here's the beauty of virtual quizzes. You can do it outside.
Yeah.
You do virtual quizzes outside, which I kind of want to do.
Yeah, do it.
You got to figure that out.
Do it.
Might be a nod to the future. We'll see. Question 2, adding that quote, if he loses fans, that's okay. Which former Heisman Trophy winning quarterback announced he would absolutely kneel during the anthem this coming season, if they get a season? Adding that quote, if he loses fans, that's okay. Which former Heisman Trophy winning quarterback announced that he would absolutely kneel during the anthem this coming season, if they have a season? Maybe he's the answer to question 1. I don't know. He's not the answer to question 1. Don't write that. So this is Sakima Citra from Wissahickon. Like I said, we just picked this up this week. They're back open. Wissahickon is open for outside seating. Go check out the beer garden. It's pretty nice. We've been there a few times too many this week.
Yeah.
That's all right. It was fun. All of the bars and restaurants that have outdoor seating are open again, including the wonderful Billy Murphy's and Tio Flores, but I don't have to kiss ass because nobody from there is watching this broadcast. There you go. Moving right along. Number 3. Within a range of 50,000, Twitter deleted how many accounts tied to Chinese propaganda efforts this week? Within a range of 50,000. So that means if I tell you it's 500,000 and you write 450,000, you'll get it right. But don't write into those. That's too high. Within 50,000, I fucked that up. There's a curse word. Within 50 grand, Twitter deleted how many accounts tied to Chinese propaganda efforts this week? Somebody's outside. Oh, Grady's Biddies. Some of them are outside.
Good for them.
So it's good. Maybe they're at Wissahickon, although I feel like they would have mentioned that if they were. Well, number 4, one of my favorite questions I wrote this week. Aiming to replace a statue of a former Confederate soldier turned KKK leader, state leaders in Tennessee said that a replica of which buxom country singer is a leading option? Wouldn't that be cool? You go into the Capitol building and you see her statue there. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I like that. Aiming to replace a statue of a former Confederate soldier turned KKK leader, state politicians in Tennessee said that a replica of which buxom country singer is a leading option. Greenies Biddies is not I was sick, but they wish.
I know, I read their comment.
All right, jeez. I was telling the crowd
Oh,
that isn't
good.
watching. Jeez. Question 4 was the statue. Question 5, just days after The Onion wrote a satirical article saying they should remove the image based on a racist stereotype, Quaker Oats announced that they're retiring which pancake mix mascot? Yeah, that's pretty wild. The Onion wrote an article about it. I don't know if they were like tuned in so much that it's satire or tuned in enough that they knew it was coming. Either way, they're freaking prognostic. Is that a word? That's a word. It's a word. Just days after The Onion wrote a satirical article saying they should remove the image based on a racist stereotype, Quaker Oats announced that they're retiring which pancake mix mascot? Pancake mix, pancake cereal, she does it all. Check them out. Instagram, welcome to the show. Glad you're here. If you have the answer sheet, it's the same as last week, spoiler alert. If you don't have the answer sheet, you can see it in my story or in my post. So jump back, click it, you're already gone. You know what you're doing. Nobody's on Instagram. That's okay. I like talking to my camera. Number 6, originally a prominent LGBT and counterculture neighborhood, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, or CHAZ, was formed as a 6-block police-free zone in which Pacific Northwest city? I'm gross. I need a haircut. Originally a prominent LGBT and counterculture neighborhood, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, or CHAZ, was formed as a 6-block police-free zone in which Pacific Northwest city? Checking in. Yeah, it's number 6. It's called Chaz. They changed the name too to Chop, like your people.
Wow.
Capitol Hill, something occupied, whatever. Chaz Chop. What city is that in? Number 6. Number 7, after decades of speculation, Nickelodeon silently confirmed that which cartoon character was gay in a tweet about Pride this week. After decades of speculation, Nickelodeon silently confirmed that which cartoon character was gay in a tweet about Pride this week. I'm going to adjust the camera. I got a lot of headroom. Here we go. That looks better. Hello, good to see you. Nickelodeon silently confirmed that which cartoon character was gay this week. Question 7. I'm in my own way. Do this. That's better. Number 8, season 5 of Netflix's Queer Eye dropped earlier this month. And since I've seen you last, it features the Fab Five in which mid-Atlantic/Northeast city? People get mad when I call it one, call it the other. People got mad there too. So I don't know what to call it. Season 5 of Netflix's Queer Eye dropped since the last time I've seen you, dropped earlier this month, featuring the Fab Five in which city? Question 8. Have you seen every episode? I know you were watching it.
No, I'm really disappointed in myself. I've only seen like 3 or 4.
Oh, slacking. How many are there? Is it 10? Like a standard Netflix show?
Usually, yeah.
You've only seen 3 out of 10?
I work for a living.
You can watch it on your phone. You work from home. You work right there.
I do work.
Whatever. Number 9, after his comments about Black Lives Matter's protest, which is tonight's sponsor, which lying, pompous, smug douchebag of a Fox News host lost 4 of his biggest advertisers this week? You can tell how I feel about him. After his comments about Black Lives Matter's protests, which is our charity of choice tonight, so, you know, that's where we stand. Which lying, pompous, smug douchebag of a Fox News host lost 4 of his biggest sponsors this week? I read in the same article, it said his biggest remaining sponsor is My Pillow. Like, you know, that
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the infomercial? They donated something like 3/4 of his budget, like $2 million or something stupid.
Wow.
Yeah, how does My Pillow have that much money?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Cool.
Yeah. And number 10, the last question in the round, late night hosts had a field day making fun of President Trump when he struggled to walk down a ramp following a commencement speech at which service academy? Late night hosts had a field day making fun of President Trump when he struggled to walk down a ramp following a commencement speech at which service academy? So in other words, Where could Donald Trump not walk down a fucking ramp? There's my second curse word. It's the big one. All right, that's all we get. Hope you caught them all. In case you didn't, here they all are again real quick. Number 1, just days after saying he was confident his sport would play this season, which Big Four sports commissioner later did a 180 and said he wasn't confident that his sport would play. Whoa, what are you doing? Hey. Number 2, adding that if he loses fans, that's okay, which former Heisman Trophy winning quarterback announced that he would absolutely kneel during the anthem this coming season. Number 3, within 50,000, Twitter deleted how many accounts tied to Chinese propaganda efforts. 4, aiming to replace a statue of a former Confederate soldier turned KKK leader. Tennessee leaders said a replica of which buxom country singer is a leading option. 5, just days after The Onion wrote a satirical article saying they should remove the image based on a racist stereotype, Quaker Oats announced they're retiring which pancake mix mascot? Yes. 6, originally a prominent LGBT and counterculture neighborhood, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone is a 6-block police-free zone in which Pacific Northwest City. 7, after decades of speculation, Nickelodeon silently confirmed that which cartoon character of theirs was gay in a recent tweet about Pride. 8, season 5 of Queer Eye dropped since the last time I saw you. I think it was like that night that I last saw you. It features the Fab Five in which city? Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, you yell at me either way, so you're not getting a hint there. Number 9, after his comments about protests, which lying, pompous, smug, douchebag Fox News host lost a bunch of advertisers and their money, more importantly. And number 10, late-night host had a field day making fun of President Trump when he struggled to walk down a ramp following a commencement speech at which service academy? There's round number 1. Hope you caught them all. Nobody's yelling. Turn them in. Let's see some of these team names here. All right, so we got 5 teams. That's encouraging. Maybe 6 teams. Someone might be turning one in a minute. Hedwig, and the Hangry Hedgehog's Hilarious Hegemony. There's a good name. Like that. Oh, somebody's asking. Question 3. In case you couldn't count, there's 3. Within 50,000, Twitter deleted how many accounts tied to Chinese propaganda efforts this week? That's question 3. Back to the team names. Hedwig. You spelled it Hedwig. I think you meant Hedwig. Whatever. Grubhub messed up a vanilla milkshake tonight. We're all doomed. It's true. I'm praying for you in your time of need. Quizzosaurus Rex, good to see you. You're a Quizzard Harry. Good to see you guys. Better late than pregnant. Good to see you. And I love your team name. Every week you put it here. Gritty's DeVille. Good to see you. Lizzo's Quizzo. There's a name. And Gritty's Biddy. So we're not outside. Or they are outside, but they're not at Wissahickon. That's all right. Give that other team a minute to turn it in. We know who they are. It's fine. We trust them. That was round 1 current events. We are going to switch to round number 2. So tomorrow is Juneteenth, which is now officially a Philadelphia holiday. It's also been kind of a long time coming. So round 2, we're going to talk about famous African Americans. That's round number 2. There you are. Fuzzy on the cheeks. That was the last thing we were waiting on. It looks like a pretty intimate quiz tonight. We got 9 teams. That's all right. That means everybody's top 10. Oh, the Ridge Rats is pulled in. Good to see you, Ridge Rats. So now we got 10 teams. That's good. Everybody top 10. That's it. No more teams. You only need 10. Anyway, round 2, famous African Americans because of Juneteenth and kind of everything that's been going on. Number 1, which kind of has to be number 1 in this round. You can't not make him number 1. Particularly relevant to right now, a riot is the language of the unheard, is a quote famously said by whom? Who? Whom? I think it's whom.
Oh.
Particularly relevant to right now, a riot is the language of the unheard is a quote famously said by whom? That's definitely whom. Them. What do I know? I wrote who, but I think it's whom. Number 2, though Rosa Parks was the icon of the movement, she was not the first black person to give up her seat for a white person on a bus. 10 months earlier, which 15-year-old girl stood her ground and was arrested for not giving up her seat? That's question 2. And kind of a deep cut, unless you studied this stuff in school or you know your history. We got to pause. Here is our cat. There's the wonderful Miss Perla. Where is she? There she is. Hey, Perla. Say hi to your people. Yeah, she's over it. I tried. She's over it. I haven't really seen her on camera like 2 months.
I know. She's been
like
lying low.
Yeah, it's like been like the first 3, and then she's been on the lam a little bit. Question 2 again. Though Rosa Parks was the icon of the movement, she was not the first black person to give up her seat for a white person on a bus. Just 10 months earlier, what 15-year-old girl stood her ground and was arrested for not giving up her seat? Question number 2. Can you plug me in? I didn't realize I wasn't plugged in.
Sure.
Not this one. It's this one. Thank you. You got it. You know what you know. Number 3, doing so in 1947, Jackie Robinson was the first person to break the color barrier in baseball when he suited up for which National League team? I've asked this question 1,000 times. It's a standard question, I feel like. Doing so in 1947, Jackie Robinson was the first player to break the color barrier when he suited up for which National League team in baseball? I was going to ask which Negro League team was he on. I feel like it's too deep of a cut because I think this round's a little hard. Spoiler alert. So I asked you for his National League team. It was the Kansas City Monarchs. Number 4, known as his airness, Michael Jordan is widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time after his career with the Chicago Bulls and which other Eastern Conference team? It was a mistake. It was weird watching it then. It's weird watching it now. Known as his airness, Michael Jordan is widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time after his career with the Chicago Bulls and which other Eastern Conference team? Is this you're excited to be back at Quizzo Dance?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I think Michael Jordan with this team that I almost said, I think it's going to be like Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. It's weird and it's uncomfortable. Whatever. None of my stinking business. Number 5, also the owner of one of the first Negro League baseball teams, which civil rights activist, the inspiration behind the first public monument in Philadelphia to honor a specific African-American person, was shot down on Election Day 1871 by people who opposed black suffrage. It's long. Sorry, I don't know what to cut out, but I think you'll get it. It's fine. Sorry, I'm disgusting. Also the owner of one of the first Negro League baseball teams, which civil rights activist, the inspiration behind the first public monument in Philadelphia to honor a specific African-American person, was shot down on Election Day 1871 by people who opposed black suffrage. Question 5. It's a good beer. But it's one of those beers where it gets, well, every beer gets bad when it's warm, but especially this one.
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites.
Schema Citra. Well, I wanted to get the buzz, but they ran out when we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
My favorite.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Number 6, also the lead singer of one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. Which singer that fits the category is one of the world's best-selling musical artists, having sold over 100 million records worldwide? Also the lead singer of one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. Which singer that fits the category is one of the world's best-selling musical artists, having sold over 100 million records worldwide? Question 6. Checking over here, see if we got everything. Yeah, cool. We're all set. We're good. Number 7. This one's for you, Hedwig, and whatever your weird team is called. Though his mainstream career lasted just 40 years, which left-handed guitarist, dubbed the greatest instrumentalist in the history of rock music, backed the Isley Brothers, Little Richard, and Curtis Knight and the Squires? Hell yeah, there's my 3rd curse word. I want to have a little timer in this corner over here. Every time I curse, it's going to pop up one.
I thought you were going to do that.
You weren't supposed to say it on camera.
Oh,
I think it'd be
sorry.
funny. Didn't I give you a script?
Nope.
Okay. Though his mainstream career lasted only 4 years, which left-handed guitarist, dubbed the greatest instrumentalist in the history of rock music, backed the Isley Brothers, Little Richard, and Curtis Knight and the Squires? Number 7. It's hot in here, hot and muggy in this room.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Number 8, also the first to fit the category. Who was the first president born outside of the lower 48 states? Think about the category there. Also the first to fit this category. Who was the first president born outside of the lower 48 states? Question 8. Water break. I'm boring. Here's my standard red cup. Somebody asked me the other day, do I have just the one red cup? We have like 4 cups that look the same. I like them all. I like them all equally. A trusty red cup. It's just water. I'm boring. That's what I'm telling people. Number 9, also the namesake for a technical high school in the school district of Philadelphia. Which civil rights activist was the head on the March on Washington? Also the namesake for a technical high school in the school district of Philadelphia. Which civil rights activist was the head of the March on Washington? That was question number 9. And number 10, the last question in the round. Also notable for several poems, including On the Pulse of Morning, who is best known for autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Also notable for several poems, including On the Pulse of... What the hell? Pearl, just attacked the window. There was birds on the window. Also notable for several poems, including On the Pulse of Morning, who is best known for her autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Round 2, question 10. We're at the end of round 2. We're cruising a little bit. We might be done a little early. That's cool. That means I can go to Wissahickon. Maybe I'll do the recap at Wissahickon. You saw that? That might be a fun little idea.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Anyway, that's all we get for round 2. Here they all are again real quick. Hope you catch them. Number 1, particularly relevant to right now, a riot is the language of the unheard, is a quote famously said by whom? It's definitely whom. I was right the first time. Number 2, though Rosa Parks was the icon of the movement, she was not the first black person to give up her seat for a white person on a bus. Just 10 months earlier, which 15-year-old girl stood her ground and was arrested for not giving up her seat? Question 3, doing so in 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the baseball color barrier with which team? And it's a gimme. I don't think anybody's going to miss that, especially if you come to my Quizzo, because I ask about it like every 3 months. Number 4, Michael Jordan is considered the greatest basketball player of all time, although LeBron James might unseat him. We'll see. He played for the Chicago Bulls and what other team? 5, also the owner of one of the first Negro League baseball teams. Which civil rights activist, also the inspiration behind the first public monument in the city to honor a specific black person, was shot down on Election Day 1871 by people who opposed black suffrage? It's wordy. It's hard. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Number 6, also the lead singer of one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. Which singer that fits the category is one of the world's best-selling musical artists, having sold over 100 million records worldwide? Number 7, though his mainstream career lasted only 4 years, which left-handed guitarist backed the Isley Brothers, Little Richard, and Curtis Knight and the Squires? 8, also the first to fit the category, who was the first president born outside the lower 48 states? I hope to God nobody gets that one wrong. I might take away a point if you miss that one. Give you a -1 instead of a 0. Number 9, also the namesake for a technical high school in the school district of Philadelphia. Which civil rights activist was the head of the March on Washington? Remember, question 1 was a guy. Question 9 is a different guy. I wouldn't ask the same guy 2 different questions, unless that was whatever. Number 10, also notable for several poems, including On the Pulse of Morning. She said that at Bill Clinton's inauguration, I think. Who is best known for her autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? There you go for round number 2. All right, Miss Producer, are we ready for answers but not scores for round number 1?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Take a water break first. All right, let's pull up answers but not scores because we're clickbaity. That's how we do it in this house for round number 1, which was current events. Question 1, just days after saying he was confident his sport would play this year, which commissioner later did a 180 and said he wasn't confident? That was Rob Manfred. If you said baseball, it's fine. Commissioner of baseball, it's all good. How many people said baseball versus his name as producer?
About 50-50.
Yeah, it looks like about half. I think you're right. That's good. Number 2, adding that if he loses fans, that's okay. Which former Heisman Trophy winning quarterback announced he would absolutely kneel during the anthem? That was Baker Mayfield, the Cleveland Browns. Number 3, Twitter deleted how many accounts tied to Chinese propaganda this week? That was 170,000 Jesus, 170,000. If you said anything between 120 and 220,000, we gave it to you, which looks like a handful of you, like 4 or 5, it looks like. Looking very briefly. Number 4, aiming to replace a statue of a former Confederate soldier turned KKK leader. State leaders in Tennessee said that a replica of which buxom country singer's leading option? Nobody missed it. That's Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton. If you ever hear buxom country singer, it doesn't matter what the rest of the question is. Just assume that's Dolly Parton. Number 5, just days after The Onion wrote a satirical article saying they should remove it, Quaker Oats announced they're retiring which pancake mix mascot? That was Aunt Jemima. Nobody missed that one, thank God. They're also retiring Uncle Ben's and Mrs. Butterworth, but they didn't count because that's not Quaker Oats and it didn't fit the question. But they also are being retired. Moving along. Number 6, originally a prominent LGBT and counterculture neighborhood, Chaz, was formed as a 6-block police-free zone in Seattle.
Do you know we have one in Philadelphia too?
Do we? We
have a
Chaz?
passed it today. I don't know what it's called, but it's on the way to the Whole Foods downtown.
Oh. All right, from here to Whole Foods or from Chop to Whole Foods?
No, it's like, you know that big field where there's the baseball field outside of the Whole Foods?
Yes.
It's like in a corner of that.
That's not really the same thing.
No.
I guess it's the same thing.
I mean, they have signs up and lots and lots and lots of tents.
I
wanted to learn about it.
Okay. Number 7, Nickelodeon silently confirmed that which cartoon character was gay. That was SpongeBob SquarePants. Did anybody miss that, Miss Producer? No.
No.
One person said Korra from Avatar, which you're right. Yeah, we had the answer SpongeBob SquarePants, but Korra from Avatar was in that tweet. I think that counts. I think we're going to give you Korra if we didn't.
I will give them the points. Yeah.
Thank you. I think that counts. That's a good answer. Number 8, Queer Eye dropped earlier this month featuring the Fab Five in Philadelphia. Nobody missed it. Number 9, which lying, pompous, smug, douchebag Fox News host lost a bunch of advertisers after talking trash on Black Lives Matter. That was Tucker Carlson. Tonight's Quizzo reminder brought to you by Black Lives Matter Philly. Let's get those numbers up. Let's tell Tucker Carlson to shove it up his fucking ass. At number 10, late night hosts had a field day making fun of President Trump because he couldn't walk down a ramp at West Point. If you're with the Army or something similar, yeah, it's good. Y'all know what it is. It's West Point. You got it. Cool. Round 1 is over. Gone forever. Round 2 we discussed, but we're not getting there yet. So we're going to jump to round number 3, the picture round. You've all been here before because there's 3 people here, so you know how this works. I'm going to turn off my face, and you're going to see a bunch of pictures of round 3, which tonight is flags because Sunday was Flag Day. So I'm going to pull this over here, pull this up. I'm going to turn myself off the broadcast. You're going to see a bunch of flags. You got to tell me what country these flags are from. They're all countries. There's no like states or provinces or anything weird. It's all like modern day, generally accepted countries. I don't know if that's a hint or not. Maybe it might be. Click this, click this, click this, and this. Here we go. Round number 3. It says flags. You can see it right there. BRB. All right. And big in this. Come on, Instagram. You're with me. Over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. There it goes. There it goes. Round number 3 is on flags. You already saw some of it. But number 1. Name that country with that flag. I think this one's pretty easy because I think round 2 was a little hard. Although all told, I think tonight's a little bit easy Quizzo. Number 2. Name the country with that flag. I'm going to do this, Instagram. That looks better. Yeah. Looks like that. 3. We're in the dragon portion of the flags. We'll go through them again if you missed them. Don't worry. 4. The coolest flag on the planet. My favorite flag right there. I think Perla just attacked another bird. 5. What are you doing, Perla? Okay. 6. Instagram is struggling to see this. 7. I don't know where Aquaman's from, but I think it's that flag. Also a cool flag, but not as cool as the other one. 8. Prepare for this one. I mentioned they're all countries. Nine. And 10. Two triangles. I think it's only one of the few non-rectangular flags. Fun fact. We'll go through these again. If you missed them, don't worry. I got you. I wouldn't do that to you. Remember, name this country that this flag belongs to. Number 1. Also, I think the easiest one in this round. Excuse me. Name that country with that flag. 2. 3. I like these 2 dragon flags. I like to put them next to each other, along with number 4, which I think is 2 birds.
Yeah.
Probably like some kind of mythical thing. I think it's cool. Number 4, my favorite flag. Look at this thing. How cool is that?
Mm-hmm.
5. Instagram really has trouble focusing on this one. It's weird. 6. 7. The land of Aquaman. But don't put that. It's not real.
Mm-hmm.
8. Remember I said these are all countries. 9. Also a cool flag. And the number of segments increases. 3, 4, 5, 6. Very cool. Very nice flag. I like it. And 10. I think that was pretty easy. I don't think you need more time, but in case you do, here they all are again as a recap, and then that's it. They're gone forever. Round 3 flags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's all you get. Turn them in. Here's my face, Instagram. Ah! You think I get tired, but I won't because nobody's watching my show. Jump back to this. Click this. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome back. Put this here. Close this down. And we're back. All right. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Cool. So that was round 3. Miss Producer, ready for answers and scores? Answers, not scores.
Yes.
Round number 2.
Yes.
All right. All right. I see the answers pouring in from round 3. That's good. Means I don't have to repeat any. So that was round 3. The picture round number 2 was famous African Americans, in case you forgot. Just make sure I didn't miss nobody. Yep, we're good. Cool, cool. Click over, click over, click over. Number 1, particularly relevant to right now, a riot is the language of the unheard, is a quote by MLK, Martin Luther King. Nobody in the world, I don't think, is going to miss that. 2, Rosa Parks was the icon of the movement, but she wasn't the first black person to give up her seat on a bus. That was Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin. Shout out to the 4 teams that got that right. You know your shit. She was going to be the face, but she was a pregnant teen, and she was unmarried. It was a whole big deal. So they said Rosa Parks is a better spokesperson. Whatever. Number 3, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. Played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Shout out to the 1 team. Got that wrong. Brooklyn Dodgers. Should have been Josh Gibson, probably Black Babe Ruth, but we all love Jackie just the same. Number 4, Michael Jordan played for the Chicago Bulls and the Washington Wizards, and it was weird. It was weird. Washington Wizards. One of you said the Charlotte Hornets. That's a good guess because he owns the Hornets, but it doesn't count. He didn't play for them, and I don't think they might not have been around yet. I think they came back after. Whatever. 5, which civil rights activist owned a Negro League baseball team, has a statue in Philadelphia, and was shot down on Election Day. That was Octavius Cato. Cool dude. If you don't know him, I highly suggest you look him up. Very interesting dude. But he's also the hint tonight, so shout out to the teams that read the hint. You knew that one if you click on my website. Number 6, which singer is the lead singer of one of the best-selling girl groups of all time, in addition to being one of the world's best-selling musical artists? Nobody missed that one. That was Beyonce, or Beyonce, if you come to Billy Murphy's. That's a running joke there. Don't ask me why. I don't remember. Number 7, though his mainstream career lasted just 4 years, which left-handed guitarist? I don't think anybody missed it. That was Jimi Hendrix. J-I-M-I, but spelling didn't count. It's okay. I won't shame the 2 teams that spelled it wrong. Number 8, also the first to fit the category. Who was the first president born outside the lower 48? Thank God nobody missed that. That was Barack Obama. If you said Barack Hottie with a body Obama, that counts. Made me giggle.
That was really funny.
I liked it.
I laughed at that.
We laughed silently to ourselves. That's why you didn't hear it. Number 9, also the namesake for a technical high school here in Philadelphia. Which civil rights activist was the head of the March on Washington? That was A. Philip Randolph. Maybe you were close, we gave it to you, but I don't think anybody was. A couple of you, 2 or 3 of you, put Martin Luther King, which I told you I wasn't going to repeat answers. You did it anyway. That's okay. It was Philip Randolph. And number 10, also notable for several poems, including Only Pulse of Morning, which was Clinton's inauguration poem, I think. Who is best known for I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? That was Maya Angelou. Number 10. So that is it.
I was surprised a lot of people got that wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard of a question, but yeah, there was 2, 3 teams that got that wrong. So yeah, 70% hit rate. That's not bad. Could be better. Should be better. That's all right. We love you all the same. We'll just talk trash about you when the camera's off. All right, we're going to jump to round number 4, the last round of Quizzo. We are in the home stretch. It's already 8:37. How about it? So round number 4 is on cartoon characters, because Donald Duck first appeared 6/9, June 9th in 1934. So if you come to my Quizzo before, you've seen this. I adjusted it a little bit, but you've seen it for the most part. I'm going to name a couple characters from a TV show that aren't the main characters, and they're not in the name of the show. You got to tell me what cartoon show they are from. Does that make sense? Cool. I can hear all your heads rattling a little bit. So I'm going to name some cartoon characters. You got to tell me what show they're from. I think it's pretty easy. I think tonight's an easy Quizzo a little bit. Number 1, how could it be anything else? Ned Flanders, Principal Skinner, and Ralph Wiggum. If ever I can squeeze them in, I do. Ned Flanders, Principal Skinner, and Ralph Wiggum. What TV show are they from? Round 4, about cartoons. How about it? Wasn't me. Number 2, Barney, Betty, and Bam Bam. I tell you last names. I think that makes it a little bit too easy, because I think it's already pretty easy. Barney, Betty, and Bam Bam. What cartoon are they from? I think tonight is a very easy Quizzo. And looking at your scores, it looks like you guys agree, because round 2 was a hard round, and your scores are pretty decent. Pretty good, pretty good. Number 3, Astro, Rosie, and Mr. Spacely. Astro, Rosie, and Mr. Spacely. I name the characters, you name the show. Here's a beer break. Oh, it's getting warm. Beer's kind of gross when it's warm. That's why you got to drink them up.
Okay.
Number 4, a bit of a throwback. Boris, Natasha, and Mr. Peabody. Be careful, because they were in a couple segments, but it was like one main show, so be careful. Boris, Natasha, and Mr. Peabody. Question 4. I liked it as a kid. Mm-hmm. It was a couple decades older than me, but I liked it. I like most cartoons. I'm a child. 5, this is a gimme. Patrick, Sandy, and Gary. Patrick, Sandy, and Gary. That is a gimme. You all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look on your face.
I was concentrating. I was reading the answers.
Oh, okay.
Preparing for grading.
Okay. Number 6, Bluto, Olive Oil, and Sweet Pea. Which I think is Sweet Pea, and then you took out the T because there's an apostrophe. Bluto, Olive Oil, and Sweet Pea. Or Sweet Pea, but instead of a T, she's got. Sweet Pea has an apostrophe in her name. Were you there? There was a class in high school. It was 11th grade English, what they call that, American Studies. Somebody couldn't remember the name for apostrophe. Remember what she called it? Sky comma.
Oh, I remember that.
I think about that Literally every time I see an apostrophe, I want to call them sky commas.
Sky comma.
Sky commas. Number 7, Summer, Jerry, and Mr. Poopy Butthole. Did I mention I'm a child? Summer, Jerry, and Mr. Poopy Butthole. What TV show are they from? Which finally came back and then ended. It was good. It was hit and miss, but I liked it. It was good. I like most things. I'm a simple man. Number 8, Amy, Kiff, and Mom. What's that TV show? Amy, Kiff, and Mom. Number 8. Click this. Okay, cool. We're back up. Number 9, Stu, Dee Dee, and Grandpa Lou. What is happening out the back window? There are noises all over the place. My ADD or whatever is going haywire. Number 9, Stu, Dee Dee, and Grandpa Lou. Number 9. I name the characters, you name the TV show. But you figured that out, because here's number 10, the last question of the evening. Princess Bubblegum, Ice King, and Marceline the Vampire Queen. Pause for the Instagram. Princess Bubblegum, Ice King, and Marceline the Vampire Queen. I name the characters, you name this show. All right, that is all you get. We are at the end of Quizzo. How about it? Here they all are again, real quick if you missed them. Number 1, Ned Flanders, Principal, Prince Skipple, Skinner, and Ralph Wiggum. I said Prince Skipple because that's how Ralph Wiggum says his name, and I think it's funny. Ned Flanders, Prince Skipple, Skinner, and Ralph Wiggum. Number 2, Barney, Betty, and Bam Bam. 3, Astro, Rosie, and Mr. Spacely. 4, Boris, Natasha, and Mr. Peabody. 5, Patrick, Sandy, and Gary. I think that's a gimme. 6, Bluto, Olive Oil, and Sweet Pea. 7, Summer, Jerry, Mr. Mr. Poopy Butthole. Oh, man, I'm a child. Number 8, Amy, Kiff, and Mom. It's 3 characters. Amy, Kiff, Mom. I said it weird. 9, Stu, Dee Dee, and Grandpa Lou. And 10, Princess Bubblegum, Ice King, and Marceline the Vampire Queen. That is all you get. Miss Producer, are we ready for round 3 answers?
Yes.
Cool. All right. That was round 4. Here's round 3. It was flags. It should be a review. Although looking at your scores, you did pretty good. Looking at your scores very quick. Yeah, you did fine. Everybody did fine. Number 1, pull up these pictures. Number 1 looked like this. That was Mexico. That's the flag of Mexico. Number 2, oh, where'd it go? Number 2 was this dragon. There was 2 dragons. The first one was Wales. The second one was Bhutan. Number 3. Number 4, my favorite flag in this list, possibly in the world, that's Albania. 5, thankfully no one misses one. I was trying to switch you up. 5 and 6, nobody fell for it. 5 is Ireland. 6, similar but different, that's Italy. 7, the one I said looks like Aquaman, wherever he's from. I think he's from Atlantis. I think about it, but whatever, it's not Atlantis. It's Barbados. Just such a cool flag. Number 8 was Liberia, clearly inspired by the USA. Miss Producer, did anybody put America for that one?
No.
Good, I was a little worried. Okay, good. Number 9, another cool flag. It's South Korea. And number 10, the 2 triangles, the pennant, I guess, that's Nepal. Look at this. Part of a flag. This way. So that was round 3. Scores were overall pretty good. I think we're doing good. Miss Producer, am I missing anything? Did I mention Venmo?
Yeah, do you have any comments at the bottom?
I do have a couple comments at the bottom. Thank you for the plug.
You're welcome.
Double check this. So the Venmo total is $105 as of right now. We'll leave that open until the start of the recap video. It's always still open. That's when we're going to stop checking it. So you as the winner, you're getting half of that, which is $52.50. The other half is going to our friends in Black Lives Matter Philly. They can always use the money. A couple quick notes. There is no Quizzo next week. We're doing this every other. So we're back July 2nd, which if things hold is actually our last day of the yellow phase. So the next one in 2 weeks might actually legitimately be our last virtual Quizzo. So we'll see. Super cool. Yellow phase Quizzo, I've mentioned that. The timing might not work out, but stay tuned for Yellow Face Quizzo, although we might be bucking that a little bit. And another one is something I'm very excited to announce for everybody who is stuck with me, whether you've been here once or you've been here all 13 or you were here for 12 because you took a week off, whatever. I want to thank you so much. Still working out the details, but you can expect a thank you gift in your email. I'm going to email you once and then never email you again, I promise. You're going to be the first people to have crack at something I've been thinking about doing for, I think, like a year now. Quizzo t-shirts. I guess there's the cool one. It's like the standard, like the logo color. Pretty cool. Also comes in orange and aqua blue. So as a thank you gift to you guys, you're going to be the first people to have crack at that. They're also on sale. Still working out final numbers, but you guys are going to get what I think is a pretty good deal on them if you want them. If not, no big deal. I get it. Any profit I make from that is going to recoup to me. So there's no charity. I've been making a dime off of Virtual Quizzo. So this is a way to recoup some of my losses a little bit through COVID. So yeah, that's what I think we're going to do. So thank you so much to everybody who's come out tonight. Thank you to everybody who's come out the last 12 nights. Give us like 20 minutes. It's 8:47, 9:07-ish. We'll be back with answers and scores and our winners. And if you want to, and if you can, please keep donating. The Venmo is open at Sean P. McGuire. We pulled up at the bottom right here. You can ignore the end part, this part right there. Just ignore that. Venmo at Sean P. McGuire. We're going to Black Lives Matter Philly. You could really use our help both now and in general. So that's the end of that. See you in 20 minutes for answers and scores. See you then.